what is going to help get your property rented faster than the competition. I'm Jenni McKenna, and I'm going to give you some of my tips and tricks that I've learned over the course of 20 plus years. First, price it right. I know you hear that and everybody drills it in, but it is absolutely the number one thing. You can have the most incredible rental and you can be overpriced and you're not going to get it rented, even though it is an incredible rental. You need to price it right. And the market's going to tell you if you're priced right in 10 to 14 days. So don't wait much longer than 14 days. If you're not getting showings and you're not getting applications, the market is screaming to you that you have priced it too high. Second thing, curb appeal. So when I mean curb appeal, I don't mean that you have to go in there and completely redo the landscaping front and back. It just needs to be clean. If I've got a palm tree and all of the palm tree fronds are on the floor or on the ground, those need to get cleaned up. If I've got a pine tree and all the pine needles have dropped to the floor, and as I'm walking into the driveway, it's crunch, crunch because it's down, on the sidewalk, clean it up. It's called a one-time cleanup. It's well worth it. You want them to come in, blow all the leaves away. If there's grass, get a nice fresh cut grass. If there's weeds popping up through the rocks, get that all cleaned up. I want to be able to park my car on the other side of the street, and I want to be able to look at this potential rental that I might want to live in, and I want to go, okay, that looks clean. That looks well maintained. It doesn't mean that it has to have a gazillion trees or shrubs or rose bushes. It just needs to have a clean appeal to it. So that's what I mean about curb appeal. Driveways are important when it comes to the curb appeal. You do not want a driveway that is full of stains. Oil stains from the previous resident, get them cleaned up. It's just one of those things that just show kind of trashy if you have oil stains on the driveway. This is a trick. Also make sure that your front door looks amazing. Invest in that mat. Invest in a fresh paint job on your front door. This is why when somebody is going to look at the property and they're with a real estate agent, which a lot of times they are, the real estate agent is going to go and find the lockbox and they're going to go get the key. While they are doing that, you are going to be sitting for 30, 45 seconds in front of the front door, not looking at anything else. And because you're in the mindset of, is this property going to work for me? You just go to anything that doesn't look good or fresh. So invest in that paint job on the front door. Make it look super clean. Make sure that the doorknob looks relatively new. Make sure that there's nothing odd looking, like some of the weather strippings not hanging over or squished in the door. Stand back and say to yourself as you're looking at your property, would I be impressed with this front door? And that's your trick. Make sure you are. And if you're impressed, more than likely the person that's going to be viewing your rental will be impressed. So that's all part of that curb appeal. So front door, driveway, and then making sure that your landscape has been well maintained. Well maintained, not redone, just well maintained. So then we're going to go into the second thing that I think is so important, and that is smells. So smells are really impactful, and a lot of homes do have this smell, and you are going to want to get that neutralized. So you want to make sure that when you walk in, there is just a nice, fresh, clean smell. It doesn't have to be, hit you in the face with Clorox bleach. It just needs to smell fresh, and it needs to look fresh and clean. I cannot tell you how many times I have called up and asked what the feedback is on one of our properties, and they'll say, it just wasn't clean enough. And then when I go over to the property and I see a little bit of dirt in the corner or a fuzz ball in a corner, I realize what they're saying, and unfortunately we lost that opportunity. So you want to make sure that the property is very clean. Hire the professional cleaners. If you try and do it yourself, you're probably going to miss a couple places unless you are a really detailed cleaner. So that's where you're going to spend your money, is making sure that they go in, they wash down the walls, baseboards, they make sure everything is mopped, everything's vacuumed in the corners, no hair in the corners. It should just be carpet to baseboard. You make sure that it smells good and that it feels and looks clean. So that will help get your property rented quicker than your competition. Now, if you've got a budget and you're able to do some enhancements on your rental, there are a couple areas that you're going to get a really good return on your investment. And the first one is your kitchen. Invest in kitchen appliances. Now, right now, the big thing is stainless steel. It's been a trend for a while. I don't really see it going anywhere for the next few years. So stainless steel appliances would be a really good upgrade, and it would be worth it in your ROI. But do all of your appliances. I had one owner that said, Jenny, I upgraded my kitchen and all my appliances are now stainless steel. It looks so great. And I went over to the property to take a look at it, and everything but the refrigerator was stainless steel. They left the white apartment refrigerator in this property, and when you took the pictures of the kitchen, the only thing your eye went to was the darn refrigerator. So if you're going to do it all. Just bite the bullet and do it all, because kitchen appliances are very important and they do make sure to enhance the value of that rental. The other thing while you're in the kitchen is you are going to want to do a single basin sink. Stainless steel preferably, but just make it that single basin sink with a really nice gooseneck faucet. That is going to make a big difference when people are looking at other rentals. A lot of other landlords and property management companies, they get very cheap on kitchen faucets, and so they'll just do their standard apartment kitchen faucet. Nobody likes that. First of all, there's not even enough clearance to put your like big pots in to wash. So you want to get the gooseneck faucet and you want to get the single basin kitchen sink. That is going to help. And that ROI in the kitchen, you'll get a good return on your investment. The other part of the property that's going to be a good place to put a wow factor is the primary bathroom. This is where people like to go. Women are going to spend a lot of time in the bathroom, whether it be putting on their makeup, doing their hair, doing the kids' hair. It's a big part of a woman's life. So having a nice, tranquil primary bathroom is big. Now, I'm not suggesting that, you rip out a shower and you put in a tub shower, or, you rip out the shower and just put in a tub. I'm just saying work with what you've got. So if that means maybe you have to paint the cabinets, or you have to put in a quartz countertop with some new fixtures, or get rid of the builder grade mirror, those big ugly square mirrors that every builder gives in a bathroom. Remove that and put in maybe an oval mirror, or maybe a mirror that has some lighting behind it that looks kind of cool and gives you a wow factor. Those things are going to make a difference when people are comparing your rental to the competition. And I believe those are the two areas that are going to give you your best return on investment: your kitchen and your primary bath. I believe this will help you if you use my advice. So good luck, and hopefully you will secure that right resident.